The current global pandemic has not only changed the way we live our lives, but also the media we consume and how it's produced. With limitations set in place by local and federal government agencies, production companies have had to implement new and creative ways to solve the logistical and creative challenges they're facing during these unprecedented times. In this presentation, we'll take a closer look at the impact the pandemic has had on the film and production industry, what steps production companies and agencies are taking to keep staff safe, and what role motion graphics will play in current and future productions. It's no secret that the pandemic has hit businesses hard. Restaurant, bars, retailers, and even the entertainment industry has felt its effects. In September of this year, after a bevy of meetings between entertainment unions and an alliance of producers, it was agreed that a new role would be created to ensure both the safety of cast and crews on productions large and small. This position came to be known as the COVID Compliance Officer.
So COVID actually has spawned a new job on set. There's a COVID response officer. So that's a person who's in charge of, making sure that everyone is healthy, everyone is, staying separated as much as they need to be, that, we don't have people coming in that are showing symptoms or, anything like that. It's another job, and they have a full kit with thermometers and Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of people are finding new roles in the pandemic.
Along with added safety protocols on traditional film sets, production companies are also using new softwares and technology to find inventive ways that may even become industry standard practice after the pandemic ends. The newest addition to the Star Wars franchise, The Mandalorian, exemplifies this with their use of what they have dubbed the Volume. The Volume is a virtual set that uses LED screens to project realistic environments that can replicate lighting conditions as if the actors were on location. What makes this tool so versatile is its pairing with Epic Games' Unreal Engine. With the Unreal Engine, directors and producers can make changes in environment and lighting on the fly without costly location changes or reshoots. This shift to computer-generated graphics and animations isn't just limited to high-budget productions either. In the past few months, many smaller production companies have begun using motion graphics as an alternative to live-action footage.
I think motion graphics are only going to get more interesting. I think animation is not going anywhere. It's only going to get weirder, especially with you have computers now that can render, and you have like video production things like the Unreal Engine and just all of these things that are just like insanely immersive, that is giving people all these ideas, right? And we're not going to be held back by like, oh, this takes too long, or oh, this is too out of budget and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I'm seeing the production value of animation rise very, very, very quickly.
The use of motion graphics and animation allows productions to not only cut down on costs while keeping actors and staff safe, but it also has become a tool for local governments to interact and inform citizens on precautions they can take to keep themselves safe and healthy as they navigate the new normal. Here you can see how the Texas Department of State Health Services uses motion graphics to reach members of their Hispanic population, encouraging them to get flu shots, maintain social distancing, and wear a mask when out in public. While there's no way to know for sure when or how our lives will return to normal, we can rest assured that production companies will continue to find new and innovative ways to keep us entertained, informed, and able to communicate our ideas through visual medium.
It's going to give, I hope at least, this is part of my personal hopes, that it gives clients that aren't in video productions, in their main industry, they need something, and we're the ones that they come to. I hope there's a little bit more of an understanding of what goes into making these pieces, as well as like why, if you're looking at the budget and you're just looking at numbers on paper, why am I going to pay an extra X amount of money to upscale my motion graphics? The basic is fine. Now people kind of understand a little bit more, not that they're ever disappointed to begin with, but now they understand like, oh, this is totally worth it. Like I did a video with them a few months ago and I did this package, like they did some crazy stuff.
I think, just take care of each other. Like at this time, no one's in it alone. Everyone's going through the same stuff. Everyone's dealing with the same struggles. And I just think we all need to be very patient with each other and with ourselves, and very forgiving.
Words of wisdom. I would say, just yeah, definitely keep staying inspired. And even though things are, kind of very, very heavy all the time, and you notice it in messaging, everything's always so heavy and can be really dark, but animation is great for taking people out of that environment. And I think that, as long as we stay inspired, as long as we keep creating really cool stuff, we'll get through the heavy stuff and have, this will go, like, this is not gonna last forever, hopefully.